Jane, I'm glad that you and I could sit and talk, and I'm able to share the results from this test that you took with you. The beginning of the report, the results from your test, we call it a report. It has your name, your date of birth, also what grade you're in. It lists the total score and also the what we call subtests, the each test, individual test that was on the larger test, each of those individual scores. And those individual scores actually came up with what we call your IQ, your full scale IQ, and that's how we were able to get that. What we can do, and actually what we see from your test, or your results I should say, is that you actually did fairly well overall. We can see with your total score, your IQ, that your overall thinking and reasoning ability exceeded 42%, which was good. Also, looking at your ability to compare words, you're able to use your reasoning without the use of words, and I'll describe that in just a moment. Also, you were able to, I see on the one test called the Verbal Comprehension Index, that was used to measure that verbal reasoning, and it's your ability to read and your ability to understand and to do math. You did very well with that. You definitely did well with that. In fact, you got, I believe on here, 61%, which is right up there with the rest of your peers or other students in your class. Also, let's see, your nonverbal reasoning abilities. That's your ability to come to conclusions, your being able to see similarities, seeing differences between things. So that you scored at 55%, which is right there at the average range. So that was well. You did well on that. Also, let's see here. Your working memory abilities. That was something that we looked for when you took this test, and that showed that you were in the average range, but you were on the low side of that average range. You were at about 18% when compared to the other students, and 18% would mean you were on the lower side of, compared to say 100 students. You were on the lower side of that. Also, that shows us with your working memory that your ability to focus and concentrate is probably a weakness for you and something that you might need to develop more, something to work at. It's your ability to hold information, and if you're having difficulty holding information, it'll be difficult for you to complete tasks or to complete some of the problems, like for example with math that you're doing. And when that happens, if it's taking you longer to finish it because you can't hold that information, then your error rates, making more mistakes, will start to show. And also it'll be mentally draining for you because you're working harder. Let's see. What you did very well in is your nonverbal reasoning. That was your best performance. And then in the lowest part was the block design subtest. And that block design subtest was where you had used two color cubes to make a two-dimensional pattern, a shape. Let's see. The recommendations that we're going to share with you and also share with your family and your school would be to encourage you to regularly and often review information. Go back and read it. Take your time reading it if that's what is helpful for you. Also, to have your family and your teachers to review information with you. maybe that'll be helpful for you in order for you to comprehend it and not using that extra mental energy. Also, we're going to recommend a possible strategy called chunking. Chunking is when you put concepts together, like with a phone number. Phone number, say, is 555-5678. A way to chunk that might be using 5, 55, 56, 78. You see that? And then also we would encourage your family to continue to support you in your efforts and doing your homework. And I wouldn't encourage you always going for the straight A's, because that might add more stress to you, but to do the homework and complete it. Okay, well, that is about it. I appreciate your time. Thank you and good luck to you.